What is up, everybody, and welcome to Brewing into Cinema. If it's your first time here, welcome. We are continuing our journey through spooky season. As promised, I have my review of Abigail. This movie, apparently, I completely missed when it came out back in April, but they timed it perfectly to release it on Peacock for spooky season. So I was hesitant to actually watch it because I was like, from the trailers, I was like, this looks like it could be kind of hokey, or it could be really good, or a little bit a mix of both, like really good or like really bad. So I put it off, but then I finally sat down and watched it. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, am I glad I watched this film. Man, this film was a journey. Like I said, came out in April. It grossed $42.4 million on a $28 million budget. So, and it's Universal production, Universal Studios. So, technically that's kind of a hit for them. You doubled your money. So that's a good thing. You got a good, it's a horror comedy, which is it's such a weird genre for me to kind of dive into. Cause it's like, you're there for like the gore, the blood and guts and the gore, but then you want a little bit of comedy on the side, which I also appreciate because I love a good comedy. Who doesn't, And it's just like you got a great cast for this film. Honestly, you got some good actors and actresses in this film. A couple I haven't heard of before, which is totally fine. You got Melissa Barra, who is Joey. You got Ashley Weir as Abigail. You have Catherine Newton as Sammy. You got Angus Cloud, R.I.P., as Dean from Euphoria, as everyone knows. You have Kevin Durant as the muscle, the lunk, Peter. And then, of course, Dan Stevens as Frank. And honestly, I was really excited to see Dan Stevens in this film because I think the only other thing I've really ever seen him in was Eurovision a couple years ago. I'm sure he's been in other stuff. I just haven't seen it. So I was really excited to see him in this film. So I thought that was really cool and awesome. And I can't believe I totally didn't cast it like halfway through the film. Like when they actually explain how they all have their nicknames, it's for the Rat Pack. Like, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all those guys. Totally didn't clock it, which I should because I'm a fan of them. But went right over my head for whatever reason. And as we know, like this film it's basically about a group of people who are offered a good sum of money to kidnap a 12-year-old girl and basically just watch her for an evening. And so little do they know that Abigail is a 12-year-old little girl ballerina. And like I love that it did to okay. So the build up to I guess the reveal to me took a little bit long. Personally, I wanted a little bit quicker, probably maybe 5-10 minutes sooner. Again, it's a nitpick, whatever. But I love, again, we saw this in the trailer that she's a vampire ballerina. That's the whole premise of the movie. You have to get people to the theaters to see it. And I know I've read other people are like, that was your big reveal. I'm like, but we knew that going in from the trailer. I know some people don't like to watch trailers before they go see the movies, which to each is their own. Me, I totally love watching trailers. I want to try and get a gist of what I'm going to watch. So it's a give and take because sometimes trailers do ruin all the great parts of the movie if the film isn't done right or if the trailer isn't done right. This one, it did give away some really cool stuff, and they also didn't give you a whole lot at the same time. So you have this a bunch of all these characters trying to work together, and they're basically babysitting this girl they kidnapped. And they think she's a helpless 12-year-old girl. Then all of a sudden, bodies just start dropping everywhere. And I'll tell you what, guys. They did not waste a single penny on the blood and guts and special effects in this film. They went full tilt on the blood and guts. All the bodies exploding, limbs getting ripped off, heads getting cut off, just everything. I love like the over-the-top blood and gore in this film. And it's really not even that graphic, honestly. It's just over the top. It's just like you have these characters and you're kind of rooting for them to fail because you're really enjoying watching Abigail just mow these people down one by one by one. and we have like Catherine Newton's character, like Sammy. She's like the little spoiled rich girl who's stealing money from people. And like, of course, we have the big reveal where basically Abigail is captured and reveals why they've all been brought there. So basically, we find out, the big reveal is that Abigail is actually a vampire, has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, that she actually paid these people to kidnap her so she could kill them for her father's approval. Because apparently, and all these people have hurt her father's business in one way or another, whether it be stealing money, the Melissa Barras, she was a doctor, she was strung out, let someone bleed on a table. Some people stole money, some people enjoyed the life too much. But basically, with the big reveal is that everyone's there for a reason and a purpose. And when she's just dissecting them one by one, and you hear their true identities, it is great because they're all just like in shock. And there's other parts where she's like dancing with the dead corpse in the room. It was, to me, wasn't even gross. It was just kind of funny. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was in here." It was hilarious to me. And these scenes where she's like fighting all 4 or 5 people at the same time and just kicking the crap out of them, guys. It is hilarious. And it's just like, again, the blood and guts on this is just second to none. I love the over-the-top gore. Honestly, and again, actually, one of my favorite parts of this film was probably when Catherine Newton got bit and she's freaking out. Am I gonna get changed? Am I gonna turn into a vampire? Am I turning into a vampire? Abigail's like, I don't know. But she does know. Because later in the movie, when they're all out like hunting her down in groups, like Abigail basically takes over Catherine Newton's body and turns her into like a vampire puppet, which I thought was a great like little twist thing, whatever you want to call it. I thought that was really cool that they did that. Honestly, I really enjoyed that part. She's doing like the whole ballet thing, and then she's chasing people, and then they hit her with the sunlight, and she explodes. It was just great. And of course, you have Frank. You're rooting for him basically to get killed the entire movie because he's just an a-hole the entire film. That's just who he is. And of course, he gets turned into a vampire. And he's basically unstoppable. And basically, Abigail and Joey have to team up to take him out so she could like escape. And basically, Abigail goes, "If you help me kill him, I'll let you live." And she goes, "Well, I don't really have an option," because she gets bit by Frank. And of course, Frank thinks he can do all the cool vampire stuff. And again, guys, I'm just kind of breezing through all this stuff real quick, so it's not a super long review. And the fight scene at the end is really, really fun. It's really cool. And of course, the dad shows up randomly at the very, very end. And of course, Abigail talks her dad into letting Joey live, and they go about their way. Again, I kind of blew through it. I really enjoyed this film for what it was. It was bloody. It was gory. It was very Halloweenish feeling. You had fun characters, a fun storyline, and then like they're all trying to. And I forgot to mention, like the house is locked down, so like rats in a trap for the Rat Pack, which another good little play on words. What they did. The only thing I didn't like was that the whole thing they do to get out was basically reset the electric power source. And they could have got out, but again, it's a nitpick. I thought I really enjoyed this film. It was bloody. It was gory. It was everything I wanted out of this film. From the trailer, that's what you get. Going into it's going to be bloody. It's going to be gory. And to me, this movie delivered. So I'm going to give it a nice 7.2 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again at some point. Again, it's a great Halloween watch. It's on Peacock right now with the basic subscription, which is what I have. So go check it out. It's worth a watch. Well, I guess if you already watched it, you've already seen it. If not, I've ruined some stuff for you. So, but I will be doing one more review for the end of spooky season. In that review will be Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, which is now on a bunch of streaming services. Finally, had a chance to sit down and watch the other night. I have some interesting opinions about this film, needless to say. So be sure to check that out. I'm hoping to get that out to you guys either Friday or Saturday night. Probably looking more like Saturday night. Got busy next few days. But again, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any future films you want me to check out or review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all next time. And happy Halloween!